A lot of them are in the city of London, which is quite close to where the Barbican is, so I'd quite like to have them. Well-educated young singles paying high rents to live in smart inner-city flats, 26 to 35-year-olds, ethnically very diverse, with many people of East Asian and Chinese origin. All have degrees and often have further qualifications. Mostly work as highly skilled and well-paid white-collar professionals and a few students. They are mostly single and often sharing with a housemate, although a few will be cohabiting with their partners. None have children. And then eventually these two groups of people turn into this. Voices of authority. Voices of authority are basically the same people 20 years later. So they are influential thought leaders in comfortable and spacious city homes. They usually live on the outskirts of London in places like Richmond and Chiswick and St Albans. And I'm a commuter into London and I sit with them on the train every day. Some of them are older and retired. They're usually of British origin, although quite a few are from very successful ethnic minorities. Most are married by this point, although quite a few are single. Many of their children are older or even adults still living at home with their parents, because nobody can afford to buy their own property in London these days. Many are self-employed and work in offices, often in the public sector. All are professionals with a good education, often with multiple degrees, and they have very rich social lives, which are often an extension of their professional lives. And I have used this mosaic analysis to characterize the LSO's audience. I would never share them with my audience members, but so that we recognize who they are and what they read, and so that we treat them in the way they expect to be treated. That's how we use this information. We do regular audience focus groups, which is qualitative, so it's speaking to people, basically. We don't do it ourselves. We set them up usually to explore a new season design, to test a pricing, to find out what's putting people off coming, something like that. And what we find with occasional and new attenders is that there's a very positive reaction to LSO quality and personality. But instead of being concerned about the music, they're concerned with the total night out. So they're much more concerned with what they're going to drink, where they're going to eat, where they're going to park, who they're going to go with. And depending on how close they are to the LSO, they have a different mindset about the music. And of course, the marketing team have known this for ages, but we use this research to inform the rest of the organisation, really. But we did learn from occasional and new attenders that we can't solely rely on artist recognition as the thing that we use in marketing. So our design needs to elicit an emotional response and be dynamic and draw people into the LSO experience.